Hello, Aries. Welcome on into your healing horoscope. My name's Everett Ryu. I'm an astral shaman at Cosmic Energy and Spiritual Wellness. And we are going to go over planetary transitions and lunar phases for February 19th through the 25th. Let's check out what's going on, how these different planetary transitions and lunar phases are interfering with your chakras and energy points, specifically focusing on that amazing full moon energy. If anything resonates with you, double click on that information and try it out. If things don't resonate with you, release it. Know that your natal chart is incredibly intricate and you have so many more placements than just your sun sign. So check out those other placements, especially if I mention a different planet that is going through a transition. Go check out that. Thank you so much. Circle is open. I will take my rattle and have the cards and crystals vibrate so we can connect. All right. Monday, we had our true node in conjunction with Chiron. Now, the meditation card I have has South Node and North Node. Know that your true node would not exist without your South Node, without your past life, without your past learnings or tribulations. So let's check out what's going on in that position. I will show off the cards just so you can tap into the energy we just received. So South Node, North Node, or True Node go hand in hand. They're also known as the tail of the dragon, so the end, and the head of the dragon, or the beginning, the part of consumption or consuming oneself. And then we have conjunction. That's the union. That's the combination of something. So we're having the combination of your true node, which intentionally, unintentionally carries the south node, kind of like the Ouroboros, just like the snake eating itself. So it's being in union, connecting with Chiron. Chiron, this is where you hold your wound or what connects your divine masculine heart chakra. When I say masculine or divine masculine, I don't mean male. I don't mean penis. I don't mean typical toxic masculine traits. I'm talking about the divine essence of a masculine character or personality. I'm talking about how the heart releases energy. How do you release unconditional love? How do you release your wound that you chose in this life to others? How do you release the union of your past life to get to your future life? And how does it come together? So that's pretty large energy that we're shifting with. Let's see how that interacted with you, Aries. We have two cards. I really love this. You've got the sword, which just even the concept and the shape. So you have a sword that's really splitting up that past life and future self. And right now you're feeling like you are the sword. You're feeling like you are holding this weapon. You're releasing this energy, but it's also a combination. You wouldn't be able to release or cut away at this energy without knowing the past and where you want to be. So you feel like this weapon right in the center. But if you don't feel like this weapon, if you're unaware of being in the center and uniting these two, then you might be stuck in one or the other. The interesting thing about the sword card is it can be incredibly dangerous or incredibly useful, depending on how you yield your sword. If you yield it and you cut with precision, you get to your future, you get to where you've been wanting to go. If you yield it carelessly, you injure not only yourself but others while still trying to get the same outcome. Will you get the same outcome? Probably. Will it be with ease and bravery, and will you feel noble afterward? Most likely not. So it really depends on how you see yourself, where you see yourself, and you can conjoin the concept of releasing a wound from the past, releasing a wound that may carry into the future, so you can recognize how to yield your sword appropriately and almost with honor. There's a something quite noble. And you got two cards, Thanatos. This is also making things disappear. So you want and need the ability to become aware of what you've been cutting at and destroying it. And it's not even an event or a person or a thing. It's the collection of the past. So it's many things of the past that are all intertwined within each other. You're needing to not separate or be like, you know what, this is in the past, this is in the future, which technically, realistically, you would just know what's happening in the past. But if you don't start cutting away whatever happened in the past and not recognizing you're this sword that is doing the cutting, then there's no way you can get to the future part of where you want to be. This web is always going to be in the way. So this is what is needed to release the webbing. Almost decluttering your past so you can get to your future. And within decluttering the past helps declutter and clarify what you even want in the future. Let's get a time frame of when you began working on your divine masculine heart and really started working on your past self so you can better your future self. Earth Dog, reconnect with ancestral love. So you began researching a little bit and getting almost this compassion and loyalty towards who your ancestors were. And you started checking out your family lineage. You started really grounding with them. So this past life had a lot to do with getting to know what your DNA is made of and why you do the things you do, specifically why you love others the way you love them. Let me check and see exactly what year that is. I really love doing that part. Let's see, Earth Dog. (2018), that sword became recognizable. Either you saw the sword as not yourself, but others. You probably saw some form of projection of a sword and separation of, you know what, this pattern was in my past life or my past family lineage. I don't want to be a part of it, or it's just nicely getting out of my life. So something in 2018 was like, you know what, it's coming out of my life. I'm not dealing with it anymore. And it was actually for a very positive change. Now you need to continue what it's deconstructing, what it's taking apart, but diligently, not messy, not I'm going to attack and stab everything. Not that way. More precision, more accuracy, and making sure that when you do cut something out of your life, you're recognizing it is a web, it is connected to other things. So when I do this thing, it is a domino effect. That directly correlates with the lunar phase that we've been experiencing, which is the waxing gibbous. And that's the ability to have a mindset that supports this. So let's check out the mindset that supports you releasing love in a way that recognizes it affects other aspects of your past life, to even your ancestors, to your future goals, and almost simplifying it for yourself. That's what it really sounds like. It sounds like you're simplifying things. Summertime, radiating your light. Have the mindset of summer. Whenever I think of summer, I think of explosive energy. I think of not emotionally involvement, more physical involvement. We regain our emotional stamina during the winter, but it's really gearing us up to translate those emotions so we can be on high drive physically for summertime. Summertime, when you do something, let's say you do 10 jumping jacks, it gives you almost a energetic or emotional charge like you did 20 of them. There's just something about summer that recharges you triple, quadruple than any other season. So have the mindset of summer. Have the mindset of I can physically do these things, because right now it seems like you don't have the mindset of physically being able to do things. It's almost like you're physically dense at the moment. And maybe that's also a sign of you're needing to rest. So let's see what's going on with your mind. Like your mind isn't physically resting. Ooh, water rat. Focus on your vision. So this is a clear indication that you're not focusing on your vision. You're focusing on other things that are quite dark. Get your thoughts out of there. We have water rat. And that's, again, those emotions. So right now, you are resting up your emotions. You're building up that energetic or emotional stamina. So during summertime, you can physically do what you need to do. You can physically wield that sword and get closer to your future by analyzing your past. But we can't do this if you don't have focus on what you actually want, which I feel like that's difficult for you to focus on what you actually want, because there is too many connections of different things that don't even have to deal with you, but you know they're connected in your web. It's almost like there are these flies or different things that you were supposed to eat, get rid of, and they're just hanging out and almost rotting on your web. And you're like, well, I don't want to cut it loose, but realistically, that should need to be loose like eons ago. Now, I'm going to pull a different card for vision just to see. North, no, look at that. You need to focus on your future self. So again, it's just showing that you've been focusing a lot on your past, and your vision needs to be future focused. It needs to be activated. So summertime, physical activities, having the mindset to activate your destiny, your purpose is really going to help Towards the end, I will pull a Pleiadian card. I feel like with the dolphins in the water rat card, it's just really symbolizing to bring that starseed energy towards us. But now we're going to shift over to Mercury, because Mercury is shifting Friday into Pisces, which is quite beautiful since Pisces is in the sun. And that is building us confidence. So Mercury, that's all about communication, your throat chakra, how you speak about things, why you bring up certain things, how you can bring them up emotionally, and with some imagination. Pisces. So let's see what's going on there for an experience Friday and how this helps out for your activation and purpose. 9th house. Check out, see if you have anything in your 9th house, and look out for the number 9. This is a huge indication that you need to speak up about your future, about your destiny, about your purpose to help not only yourself, but connection to your ancestors, connection to why your heart has this hurting sensation so you can alleviate the hurt and want to do things again. And wanting to communicate. Let's see how that translates for future energy. Fa, future. Wood tiger, powerful beginnings and progress. This is going to help you with growth in your individuality of how you speak. And you're like, hello, I'm an Aries sun or whatever Aries placements. I know exactly how to speak for myself. But do you know how to speak for yourself with purpose and without having some sort of strange self-doubt that you're going to hurt someone else's flame? That big energy, after understanding, hey, I need to discover myself through communication and not withhold myself, totally filters into our Saturday's full moon. Full moons are all about releasing something so we can receive exactly our vision fully. The beginning of this cycle, we had a new moon in Aquarius. Whether you created an intention or created a goal subconsciously, there's something pushing you, all of us as a collective, to start something new. Full moon, we have the recognition of, oh man, God, the universe gave us something new. Now we get to have fun and appreciate and work with this new thing. But our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, sometimes like to hold on to things that we are expecting that need to really fall away. You're holding up this shelf that is holding a jar of emptiness that you're hoping was going to be full when the universe is waiting to fill up this other jar that you have pushed all the way to the back. It's time to clear it up, bring it to the front, and see what the heck's going on. So how can you celebrate your unique self? How can you celebrate whatever is in the jar that the universe has filled up for you? That beautiful full moon energy. It is in Virgo, so here are some beautiful meditation cards just to set us in the zone of that Virgo energy, of that healing energy, that gorgeous full moon. We are at full capacity of energy of receiving, but we need to release whatever assumptions we made in the beginning of the cycle so we can completely receive what's available and not be taking up space. So let's check it out and see what this full moon is offering my beautiful Aries people. Whoa, that was a crazy flip. I hope you saw that. Sparks of light. I really love that you guys got this card because The mindset is radiating light from summer. So there is light in your life. No more focusing on the darkness of your past. No more focusing even on your ancestors that had some dark energy. They shifted it for you. It's time to focus on your dreams, your light, and almost that starlight. I think this is where that Pleiadian card comes in. I actually want to check. I really want to check that out. But full moon, releasing whatever darkness that came through. So I feel like when you tell someone you love them, when you tell someone even a compliment, when you give out this unconditional loving energy, I feel like you're in the shadows. You're not even seeing the light that you're offering, and it's hindering you from moving forward. Release that, because you are in this light when you give out your best. You are in this light when you're making medicine out of that dark time you're in, and it's time to recognize that you are there. You are the light. You are being. Let's check out that Pleiadian deck. Especially with that light, and it looks like the starlight. Sacred union. So there is a sacred union. This doesn't mean with a person. This means with your light, with your starseed self, with your physical body. So there's actually something larger coming to play here, where the spiritual self is coming into your physical body. And I feel like you're going to start recognizing your higher self, your spiritual self, begin to talk through you. And some people may call this channeling. Other people, like myself, I wouldn't call this channeling, because this is a part of you. You're just speaking from your light. You're speaking from your truest part of yourself. So start doing that. I feel like you've been hindering how you speak with yourself and others, because you've been used to being in the shadow, in the dark. Now it's time to speak with all of your light and physically do that as well. Then we shift in after Saturday's full moon. Sunday, we shift into that waning gibbous. So we go from this high energy of releasing to receive all of our blessings. Then we go into a lower energy, and we get to recognize and feel grateful for what we just released. We're like, whew, I was able to release that. Now I'm fully open, and I can work with my blessing now. So the full moon isn't even the concept of, yes, I'm working with my blessing, I have it, I'm doing all the things. No, it's just being aware that something else was taking up space. You released it. Now you're receiving it. The next day is when we start actually integrating it into our lives. But you have to be mindfully, physically, spiritually still to actually absorb what you're receiving. Let's see a better way for you to do that. Oh my gosh. These ginormous cards. Scorpio. So either you have Scorpio placements, you know a Scorpio, or you just have the Scorpio energy of passion. But being still with your passion is how you're going to absorb. So maybe you have multiple passions, focusing in on one and being still and absorbing that one passion, I think could assist very nicely with downloading all of those beautiful full moon blessings. Let's check out an angel number to assist you during this transition. 7. Now, this totally goes hand in hand with the light card and this sacred union card, just because The 7D is all about spirituality being physical in our realm. A lot of times we do our spiritual practice, we may go to church, we may do some sort of ritual, and we keep that energy there at that time in that place. When higher vibrating entities, which we're going towards, which you're discovering, that enters in our physical reality, whatever you're doing. You're making food, you're gossiping with your friend, you're working, you're doing dishes, whatever it may be, that's how spirit comes through. And I feel like when you start seeing 7s or 9s, it's asking you to discover how spirit wants to speak and do through you. Let's do a few cards just to summarize the entire week. Passions. It's really telling you to be still with your passions and recognize how your passion may have changed. I'm feeling there's been a huge change in your vision and what your passion looks like, and even how you talk about your passion. So recognize it. Take that sword and cut off whatever passion that doesn't fit you anymore. It's not happening. You've grown out of it. That was a passion you had when you're in the dark. Now you're in the light, realizing this isn't my actual passion. This is my actual passion. How do I stick with it, focus on it, and not get too wrapped up emotionally in it, but get wrapped up in it physically? Perfection. 8 of Pentacles. You are meant to perfect this passion. Perfect this passion. It's also a sequence. This is some sort of blueprint for your future self. We got the 7, 8, 9. So start perfecting your passion with your higher self to discover what your true purpose is. Because I feel like this passion, this is your life purpose. This is what's going to sustain your spirit, your drive for not only this life, but life's future and past selves. Thank you so much. This has been your healing horoscope for the week. Namaste, bliss. Check out the other videos. Bye.